Okay, hey guys, welcome. Sorry for the hard cut, but this video will be about my December offline projects. Those are the projects which I'm gonna show you in this video, which I work on currently right now. The time window is between before November and there was a huge break within November, and now I'm gonna continue. Yeah, and here you can see a Christmas scene obviously, and I simply wanted to figure out how to create an easy, simple Christmas tree in a very easy way. And then I experimented with the particle system, and now I'm having this scene here. This is the scene I start the video with. Yeah, so okay, let's get started with this one here. I'm gonna talk about some problems I had, and also some, some ideas I wanna do. So the very first thing, the very difference between what you just saw in the test animation and this scene is, if I play this animation, you can see that the Christmas trees are moving or bending in the wind. Is it blowing in the wind? Not so sure. Blow means blowing. Anyway, so, but they are, well, they look more like they would freezing instead of being a comfortable Christmas tree. So they are very, very cold. That's for sure. Also, we can go into the scene. The navigation is being tricky. A lot of things going on, and the recording makes navigating in the scene harder. But it's kind of fun, to be honest. I'm gonna show you this guy here. That's me sleeping. The eyes, the colors, kind of. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So one thing I would like to say is, let's start with the problems I encountered. So those Christmas trees are super basic, and I'm happy I figured out a good way. I made myself a tutorial for myself to remember how to make that. I can also share that, but I don't want to do everything at once. I would like to do that, but it always ends up being a complete mess. But anyway, so I created those very basic Christmas trees, and then, because this is an Eve environment and I changed the color settings here and there a little bit, I had for some reason the weird thing that I could not make the Christmas trees like they would have some snow on the leaves, or it's not leaves actually, but well, they didn't look like they would that the snow would sit on the trees like at all. And I figured out, and I want to show you this quickly, that the reason for that has to do with some settings, some material settings I choose. So I had to, I believe, please let me share the truth here. Kind of confused here already. So I'm not sure if you can see that, because some of the original Christmas, so this is a particle system. I hope you know what that means, but even if not, it doesn't really matter. So it's, if I change, yeah, oh, this is a good example. I had to turn on the metallic look so that the Christmas trees would reflect the white parts of the tree better in this scene. It's not a thing, I believe, but it was very weird to me that I had to turn on the metallic value to make the Christmas trees look more like, Christmas trees in the snow. So and that was something it made me crazy. I even experimented with the emission to make them, but the emission is also not really, it kind of works, but then don't know. So I just wanted to have a little bit of snow. And you can see, I mean, here you have to pay attention to this guy, because I have a particle system, but I have more, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect every tree. That's what I try to say. It doesn't affect every tree. So, and this value I had to change. So this was one of the troubles I had in this scene. So, and my girlfriend wants to have this the moon a little bit tinier, because she likes the moon, but she wants to see something like the whole scene in one thing. Yeah, so this is not a tutorial or something, this is just a casual video because I have the need to record something to show that I'm doing something. And I do. Every time I have time for myself, the first thing I do is just, I played a little bit of Doom 3, then I get bored and I'm most of the time I'm in my Blender world. Anyway, so yeah, so the moon a little bit tinier. Yeah, what is the next thing? Oh yeah, so you can see when I play an animation, the Christmas trees are, you know, they are freezing here. This is not good. I would like to have them jumping. I would like to have them blowing a little bit in the wind. There are different ways to do that actually. So using a particle system and a force field, which is new to me, or not new to me, but I'm not experienced in this matter, is a good way. I had a different approach. I'm going to show you very quickly because it could be funny to show that. So you could also animate the origin, one of the origin objects for the particle system. Let's just use a wave animation. And then you see not really a difference. That's kind of sad. I want to, come on, let's do something. Let's make something very weird. Okay, let's forget about this tree. Let's use a different tree. Maybe this guy. It'll work, guys. It just... maybe you cannot really see that. Anyway, so what you could do is basically you could animate probably with... I mean, it works definitely. Right now it doesn't. It's a little bit... Okay, let me just try something here. Just for showing purposes, I'm going to delete most of the different trees. So now we have like one original. That makes stuff to show better, I think. And you see? So that would work. So now we have like a little animation here. We can also do, we could do this with shift keys too. But the problem is every little tree, well, you see sometimes when you go through the scene that a lot of the trees behaving exactly the same way, and this, you know, you don't buy it as an animation later on. You don't think this is a wind with every tree, not every tree, but you know, it works, but it's not. I wasn't happy with that, but it might be an option if you pay a lot of, if you put a lot of time into animate, you know, those things. Anyway, so this is one of the options, but a better thing would be to animate the Christmas tree particle, the whole particles, with a force field. But then I discovered that it's really important where the origin rotation of your origin object is to make the wind or force field animation work better. So what I did was, I'm just gonna show you very briefly. So I discovered that you can change the rotation of the whole particle thing, you know, like in this way. Just, you know, I'm gonna just show you that you can do it. But it's not really good, I discovered. At least this is what I think. I'm not so sure, so be careful with what I say, because I'm also learning those stuff. I might be wrong on this, but I discovered that it's better if you want to have a force field, for example, wind animation, to change the rotation point of the original instead of changing the rotation point of the particle system. This is what made would give me a better control. By better control, I mean still weird, but at least it was a little bit better. So this is something I'm currently working on. I might be able to solve this problem or to understand it better before Christmas. I might not, depending on that. I might, you know, I'm gonna make a little animation, something like you just saw. Basically, that's it. I think I'm almost done. It's not that I don't want to spend too much time, and also there are different things to do. But, you know, those are the major problems right now I discovered with those things. So let me just reload the page. No, it's nicer looking. So, okay. So what I like about this is if we that we can, what I really enjoy is just, you know, walking around in the scene. This is a little bit weird. This is just a texture I used. Oh yeah, I discovered, okay, I almost forgot that. So when we take a look at our particle system, then you see it's just a plane subdivided, I don't know, maybe 50 times, and then I modeled it with the hand, or I used the displace modifier with a noise texture or something like that. I don't remember it quite well. But anyways, the point is, what is really good is sometimes you would like to, let's just hide this thing here. So you can see the whole Christmas trees are being scattered around the whole plane, except in this area there are almost none of them. And this has to do with that you can actually, how can I show you this? Yeah, you can select an area like in the edit mode, and what you can do then is assign, you know, it's just, you can select an area like this, for example, bam, and then you can create a new group, and let's call this empty. I hope I write this wrong. I'm so, you know, empty. My brain is not made for writing. It does different things very well, but writing and reading, it's like, what? Anyway, empty. So let's call this empty. So we created a new, what is this called again? Can I read that? Vertex group, here we go. So we created a new vertex group called empty, and we can tell the particle system that here down below, it's very down below, that we would like to use the particle system on this whole plane surface except in this area. And then we can say, please do not use the particle system on the vertex group empty. So now here it's empty, right? And so in this way you can you have like a cool control, a little bit more control over the particle system. There's a different thing, a new thing in Blender, which might work too, but I haven't really dealt with that. It's kind of like a particle, but it's I don't know what it's even called right now, but it's interesting. Anyway, you can make it the other way around by clicking on this guy here, left click, and now everything is only in this area. You know, sometimes you would like to have. So this is something I used, and I was happy about that. And this is one of the major things. Oh no, what have I done? I clicked on something and my PC is freaking out. No children. I mean, here in this thing that's called children. So if you use a particle system, you have, you know what? If you're still watching that, then you for sure know what a particle system is, because otherwise you wouldn't watch much more. It's just the way I explain those things. It would be too hard for somebody who is completely new to Blender. It's not because it's so complicated, just because I made a poor job on explaining those things. So you probably know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's one of the things. Let me just undo some steps. How do I do that again? Here. We can just do it in this way. So let's do that. And it was like group. So because I wanted to have here a little bit of a lake, you know. Good. This is the cool thing. Then I used yeah, here's a normal texture of mine. This is my standard, and the noise texture I saved somewhere. It's not really a good texture, but I'm lazy. I'm always using the same self-made texture here for, you know, having some bump effect, and it kind of works all the time, so I'm always kind of happy if you do not look at the details, right? I just hit this thing here. I tried to create my own filter because I wanted to make things more blurry, but in an easy way. So I experimented with some alpha. Where is the nonsense here? Alpha hashed, and then I changed the alpha view of this guy here somewhere. Here you can see. I also had a dome here, you know, like a snow thing. Anyway, yeah, and, oh, we have like a polar lights kind of happening. This was tricky. It's not hard to do it. It's just you just spend a lot of time adjusting it. So I did. This is just a noise texture. Well, I can show you this. It's just oh, one thing I want to mention. Before we take a look at the polar lights, I would like to show you the snow thing. So the snow I discovered, which if you have a snow particle plane, wait a second, how I get this thing here, and then this looks like this. So I had to bake it so that when the animation starts, that there is already snow. So this is I needed to do for the animation itself, because sometimes for some reason, if you do not bake it, it doesn't look in the animation as in the scene. Sounds weird, but the baking stuff is very easy. You can also unbake it. I mean, there's more to that than I just explained for sure, but this is, to me, it worked very well. So all I had to do is set up this the scene for the snow, and then I had to say, okay, you know, I'm pretty fine with that at frame 340. It looks pretty nice, something like that, I think, or like here. Let me hide this thing here. And then I had to bake it before I render the animation. So that was kind of okay. Okay, so next thing is the polar system. We have some oh, wait a second. Yeah, wait. We have also Schnee, which is snow. That's the German, and we have only one. So you sometimes hear my girlfriend. She opens the drawer. It sounds like an old drawer, but it's just a cheap drawer. Anyway, so I had like snow. What is this called? Snow. A Schneeflocke. I don't know. This thing here. So let's see. Where is the origin? Schneeflocke. This guy maybe. Ah, yeah, that's good enough. So somewhere here is my. So experimented with different kind of shapes, and I believe and it makes sense. The easiest way to animate. The best way to animate stuff and keep your performance is just having a 2D original. So this is the whole snow thing. I just created this guy, very simple, and I believe what we can do as well, I almost forgot that, is later on in the scene, if I remember that, is to rotate. Does it affect anything? Oh wait, see? So if we maybe create a shape key animation or something like that, an endless rotation animation, then we could actually make the snow falling down to the ground and at the same time rotating on its own axis. So for that we have to rotate maybe a shape key animation would work, like I said. So this is the other thing. Okay, that's about the snow. Let's get to the polar thing. So in the background, well, there's a little bit too much going on right now. This should not be in the scene. So it should look like that, right? With the snow falling down. This is really enough and sufficient. So imagine the trees would just blow a little bit or move a little bit nicer, or maybe don't move at all. I mean, this is ridiculous for sure. Then from time to time, this will appear, right? And I'm gonna show you how this is made, but very on the surface, very easy. Original, I think I came up with this thing when I created an universe dust nonsense. It's not really dust, actually. So where is it? Object. This guy. Is it that? Oh yeah. So this is basically how it works. So this is just an object, basically. See, just a sphere, and we could actually cut of the you know, the half of the sphere, because it's not shown anyways. I'm not sure if this is affecting the performance, but I assume it will affect the performance, but what do I know? Anyway, so this is a sphere object right now. It doesn't have to be a sphere necessarily. It can be an easier object, but I just used the sphere. And in this case, not sure if you have to do it in this way, but I did it in that way. Object goes into the mapping, vector texture, then I use the wave texture band. You know, you can experiment with all those settings. It's really up to your personal liking. And then we have like an alpha, but the alpha doesn't go into the alpha. There is a reason for that. I don't know why. The way sometimes I experiment a lot. Sometimes it works with that. I haven't 100% figured out. You know, sometimes it's really weird, those things still to me, but try and error works well, and this is the way it works right now, at least. And here there is, you can see no alpha value in this, which is good. Yeah. It's not a tutorial, it's just you can see how I did this, and you can experiment with that yourself by just, you know, pausing the video, checking this out if you want, and then trying it out. Also, I should maybe show you the settings in here. Oh, one thing is, if you do that, it's very important to turn off the shadow mode. Otherwise, your object will always cast a shadow, and you will think something is really weird. Why is it so weird? And if you use stuff like that, make sure that you turn off the shadow. Also, for the plane, I had to turn off the shadow for the snow plane. It's very important to turn off the shadow value, because the snow plane should not be visible, and it should not affect the lightning at all. So you just want to have the particle snow falling down. Where is it? Let's just unhide those stuff again. So this one, those are just testing things. Sternenstaub, this is what I meant. This is coming from my universe, you know, scene, so that's why I just copied and pasted in here. And I kind of liked it, but it's over the top. And anyway, so where is the, yeah, here this is the particle system which produces the snow. I mean, this is the plane which uses the particle system, and it let, you know, the snow is coming. Winter is coming. Okay, and we have here alpha blend and shadow none. It's very important. Otherwise, it doesn't work. I can show you this actually. Maybe it doesn't affect it in here, but it has definitely a negative effect. Where is it? Yeah. Let's see. See? Oh. So you see the difference. You don't want to have a shadow in this way. Okay. Did I cover here actually everything important? I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Shall I show how I created a Christmas tree? Yeah, let's do that quickly. Okay. Approximately. Oh, you know what? If you want me, I can show you this. I mean, Christmas tree, the little tutorial I can make, because it's very simple. So if you want to see that, first I want to show you. They are not that great. It only works in the mesh, but the method is very simple. And if you put more effort and time into the original, and then oh crap, where is the tree for particle? How do I hide? Oh wait, let me just hide those things. Here. Those are the original. I changed the rotation for that. I had to. And I wonder why they are so white. Had some green ones too. Maybe they are not the original. So these are the original. Yeah, this is, but I don't need them anymore. So you can see up close they look very basic, very weird, but they work in the mesh. And the way how you create those stuff is very, very simple. And that's just very cool. And if you put more time into that again, then you can make them even look better and nicer and so on. And yeah. Anyway, good. This is the Christmas scene. Let's jump into a different thing. Yeah, okay. Okay, guys, then we have some Krita stuff I'm gonna show in between. So here's the thing. I'm gonna show you this quickly. This is, you can check those stuff out on my Twitter if you want to check out the pictures here. This guy I created with Krita, and I got myself a drawing pad. So for 50 euro, it's just a basic drawing pad. I bought it on Amazon. And yeah, I don't know if it's better, I think so, but it's definitely more fun. And so I created this guy, and then I drew this guy, which I wanted to create. This was some test drawings, and I wanted to draw a duck, but somehow this guy appeared. And now I'm gonna show you also a new car I work on. Yeah, let's do that quickly. This is another picture, but yeah, okay. Then the car. Okay, so here we are in a weird environment for the car. You saw the Photoshop version / Krita version. I also used the new drawing pad for that, and this is going to be interesting for the future. Then I also modeled a new. I tried a new approach with the modeling, modeling the car, and well, the basic. I'm still, I think I really want to figure out on how to model great cars in the easiest way possible. So I'm still struggling with some problems here and there, but this was already a good model. So a good way. I think I'm on a good way to model cars starting with a cube. So if I keep practicing those things, it's gonna be fun in the future. So, and then I used the technique. As you can see here, I put my drawings on top, or I painted the drawings, or better saying, I sprayed the drawings on top of this car on the texture. There is a video on this channel where I showed the principle of it, also the principle of modeling the car. The difference to the other cars is basically, you can see the shape here is a little bit different. But I messed up this area here. Let me show you a different scene where you can see those stuff better. No, we can just stay here in this scene. Yeah, I just wanted to have something spacey. So if you wonder what the heck is that, I do not know. It started with a texture being, there was a texture which was stretched in this weird line, and I thought, hey, that's kind of cool. So I tried to recreate this stretched texture to create something glitchy or whatever this is. Yeah. Anyway, it's just playing around with some stuff because it's a lot of fun. So you can see this is basically how I model the thing here. I'm not sure if here's I have, this is version 3. Yeah, but I think it was like that. This already with the mirror? No. Ugh, the navigation is being tricky with the big mouse. With the green big mouse, I mean. Yeah, okay. So there is a video on this channel where I model the car. It's a 6 hours video. What was it? Car Nero? No. Oh well, the 6 hour playlist. Check it out for yourself if you want. And the principle is the same, but I tried to have better curves. Also, what was important to me is that here is also a little bit of a curve, not just flat. So I experimented with that, and I think I'm on a good way. I also recorded the first hour modeling this shape, and There's just a, this is just a mirror glitch modifier problem. It's not a big problem, it's easily fixable. And yeah, I think I'm on a good way to work on this principle, I think. Yeah, so cars are a lot of fun. To create cars is a lot of fun. And then yeah, I did this. Then I jumped into, you know, Krita and Gimp Photoshop because I like those stuff too. It's a lot of fun, especially if you listen to music. It's just, you know, it's just so much fun. Okay, let's switch to the other scene. Okay, and then the weird thing is we are still in the car project, you know, and I don't know what I do sometimes. It just happened. So we're gonna switch from cycle to Eve because it's faster, and it's meant to be in Eve. I just wanted to see how it looks in cycle render, but the idea is always to be, well, I tried. Now the idea was basically to put the car to another car. Then I had like a street, and then I wanted to do a little bit more and here and there, and suddenly I had it's the idea that we have this environment, planet, well, a secret company who creates spaceships or something like that. Anyway, so it started just the car was just put it into the scene, which was the waste scene with the car Nero, you know, this guy. And yeah, so now we are in this scene, and here I experimented with creating, you know, a little bit of an complex, but I wanted to have to experiment with the environment. That was the important part to me then. So I wanted to change the lighting setting of the world to see how things would look like and to have a believable world. And I mean, it's still, you know, well, the practice is needed. But yeah, this is what happened basically. What can I say? That's what it is right now. Again, the navigation is being tricky here when I record this. Makes me kind of crazy, to be honest. Anyway, but yeah, so different light settings, you know. And if you do that, you're getting kind of crazy because you can change so many different things, and then the, you know, the lighting is different, like I mentioned already. Yeah. Okay, let's switch to the... Oh, the idea is later on, technically, it's not a problem to animate those cars later on, to let them drive endlessly in a following a path or something. That's also something I consider, but you know, it's about time. Okay, switching the scene. Yeah, this one I like better. It's the same scene, only that I changed the light settings, the volumetric lighting a little bit. I mean, the trees now are, you know, definitely not the right trees for this environment, but I just changed it quickly. And now we have our cars, our muscle cars in this, look at this guy, in the snow. Oh yeah, then you can see I changed the, what is this called? Felgen in German. The English word. I'm glad I remember the German word. I mean, that's something. You see, it's only one side. Yeah. You know, more on Need for Speed, like the good old Need for Speed, not the crap. Meanwhile, I mean, you know, the new modern games. I'm getting too old for this shit, but I'm getting definitely too. Well, I hate that it's all about the money only. All about the modern games, like being about money, being about loot boxes, being about getting the last little money from the people, and you know, it's only about being cool and fuck the whole bullshit, seriously. Anyway, see, this is it shouldn't go into that. I'm EA, seriously, what the hell. Anyway, yeah, so that's why I need to create my own stuff, so I can just look at this and be happy. And I am. That's a good thing about that. So I got distracted. Hold on. Well, I wanted to say something. No, no, I think we are reaching the end. This is what I do right now. Let me just think. So I do the Krita stuff. Yeah, I was thinking as well to create more paintings on this channel too. But the thing is, when I draw something, then as soon as I record, it feels a little bit weird. It feels different. It feels like I have to draw something, and this I don't like. Even if I just wouldn't talk. So it's kind of difficult, but maybe it's just you know, you need to get used to that thing. But that's the reason there are not so many drawings on this channel, because it's more spontaneous, and yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, let me just see if there's another scene too. Yeah, maybe this one with an other light setting, and the ship is being here. It almost looks the same. And I used the wasteland from Project LARA, but I cannot find the wasteland thing right now. Let me check this again. Oh wait, I want to show... I wanted to show the little animation. Great, okay. No, I found that it's simply the Zero, Project Zero thing. Yeah, I like this too, because, you know, this is how it started. So I put it, the new car, which is Carl Bull, into the environment of Project of Car Nero, which is this guy here. And I really like the Mad Max environment. I hope it's a Mad Max environment. I mean, it's Wasteland. I'm not so familiar with Mad Max. I like the car. I have the game. I've never played the game. I saved it for Let's Play, but I never made one. Oh yeah, Lotus and Company, and yeah, I'm sure I have a different. Yeah, this is cool, but do I have a better one? Oh yeah, this is kind of mystical, right? Imagine you just, you know, playing, oh, Twisted Metal, like, that's what it is. Twisted Metal, like, navigation sucks. Again, the weird navigation has to do with using, I always try to show the big mouse. I keep saying that because it always, I think I have to talk about this because I navigate so weird. So in order to show the big mouse, like in this way, you have to set up the OBS. Like in OBS you have to say, do not show the mouse, because otherwise you would see two mouses. And then in order that the mouse is still captured, you need to cheat the system a little bit by activating the microscope, the Windows magnification tool. It works, and then you see the huge mouse. You have to make the mouse also bigger in general. You see the huge mouse, which is cool for Blender recording. But the navigation is very sensitive. It makes you kind of crazy. So it's really hard to navigate. But anyway, so you could basically, what we could do someday is just put a camera on top of each vehicle, and then make an animation and let them just drive here, like, you know, to this position, and then the road ends and the game ends too. So that's, yeah. Then there is. Someday I would like to, what the heck is that? Someday I would like to check out the engine, what's that called again? Unreal Engine, I believe. I checked it out a little bit a few months ago, or weeks, but I haven't really spend time in that. But I think it would be nice to someday see your own car driving in a game, right? In a very simple game, obviously. So if I do that, the first goal should probably just be maybe driving a car in a cycle would be completely sufficient, because if you want to do a whole game, it probably will be overwhelming. But I think one car driving very simple in a cycle, so that you can navigate, is I think a reasonable goal, right? I think so. Anyway, yeah. Maybe sometimes I should meet up with somebody who I think. I mean, together you can maybe make a game or something. Doing everything by yourself is really, it's cool, but it's also tiring and overwhelming. I think that's what it is. Anyway, someday we'll see. Yeah, car Nero, I like. He looks like a badass. This car, oh, I had an El Presidente car. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Select everything. Huh? El Presidente. So, I hope it doesn't sound racist when I say that I think about Tropico, which I've never really played, but I like the music and the setting. So, and if this is what came into my mind, El Presidente. Yeah, and then we can put something in here. I had it already, but I think I didn't save the file. Oh crap. Here we go. Yeah, something like that. I mean, it's over the top, but it's El Presidente. They are always kind of crazy, too self-centered. Anyway, that's about it. So if somebody watched that far, thank you very much. That's cool. Those are my offline projects. I want to record more, but right now, you know, my life is being so many little distractions. It's really hard to focus on one thing or to just record for, you know, a couple of hours. So but I think next week will be maybe a better time for that. Anyway, we'll see about that. Let's see if I can finish a short little animation. The Christmas animation would be nice. I mean, it's almost done. I change here little things, but what you saw at the beginning is probably what it's going to be at the end. Then I make a Twitter animation just for Twitter without sound, because I'm not quite sure if I can use the YouTube music for Twitter as well. I think so, but I do not know for sure. If I don't know for sure, it's better to not try it. And it doesn't make a much difference anyway, so I definitely think too much. But yeah, that's my goal for December, finishing the little Christmas animation. That's all. And then, yeah, eat a pizza. That's a good goal. Good. Guys, thank you for watching. Me and El Presidente says goodbye. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye bye and auf Wiedersehen. Bye bye.